Public, the Board of Supervisors welcomes comments from the public during the time of discussion. Your request to approach a microphone, state your name for the record, and limit the time used to present your remarks in order that others may be given an opportunity to speak. The normal process of any agenda item is for the chair to read the item on the agenda, and the board is given an opportunity to comment on the issue and or place a motion on the floor. Opportunity for discussion may be presented, at which time the public may participate. A roll call vote will follow. Roll vote, please.
Kyle.
Here.
Slosik.
Yes.
Hughes. Here.
Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 4, approve agenda. Do I have a motion to approve today's agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda?
A second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Kyle.
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Hughes. Yes.
Consent agenda. 5A, approve minutes from February 15, 2023. Approve claims as audited. File the manure management plans. Dennis Anderson. Bert MMP. JP Farms West Site. Sage Farms. We have personnel changes, approved new hire of Sheriff's Department, either paid manship to permanent full-time, 41.25 hours per week, $20.41 per hour, starting on or after March 13th, 2023. Approve also Sheriff's Department jailer, new hire jailer Logan Milzer, permanent full-time, 41.25 hours per week at $20.41 per hour, starting on or after March 13, 2023. Approved status change of County Attorney's Office, County Attorney Kyoto Keeper, salary change from $76,478.88 to $81,478.88, effective today, March 1st, 2023. And approved status change, County Attorney Office, County Attorney Luke Hansen, salary change, $76,478.88 to $79,978.88, effective today, March 1st, 2023. That is the end of the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. On roll call vote, please.
Kyle.
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Hughes. Yes.
All right. On to the Marshall County property tax levy public hearing. This is the proposed property tax levy fiscal year July 1, 2023 to June 30, 2024. Do we have a motion to open the public hearing?
I would make an open public hearing at 9:05.
Second that.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call vote to open the public hearing at 9:05?
Kyle.
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Hughes. Yes.
Right. The public hearing is open. First off, do we have any written comments, questions that came in to the auditor's recorder's office?
There were none to my knowledge. Maria's received none either. So.
All right. Number of individuals attending. Do you have a count on that?
And then what are
Plus 3.
Okay.
8.
8 and 3? 11.
We have any individuals in this room or by Zoom that would like to present any oral comments, questions, or objections? Whatever's your chance, guys. All right. Any discussion from board members at this time?
I appreciate the work the department heads have done on making this budget come together.
Goes for me too.
Excellent. Well, then do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make the motion that we close the public hearing. 9:06.
9:06.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Call vote, please.
Kyle.
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Hughes. Yes.
All right. 6B, adopt resolution 2023-14, approval of fiscal year 24 maximum property tax dollars. So basically what this is doing is resolving that the Board of Supervisors of Marshall County that the maximum property tax dollars for general county services and rural county services for fiscal year 24 shall not exceed the following of general county services of $13,043,209 and rural county services of $3,015,200. The maximum property tax dollars requested in either general county services or rural county services for fiscal year 24 represents an increase of greater than 102 from maximum property tax dollars requested for 2023. We have a motion to adopt this resolution.
Chair, I make a motion to adopt resolution 2023-004, approval of FY 2024 maximum property tax dollars.
I'll second that motion.
Motion is second. Any discussion?
I do want to point out this is the maximum amount, that if anything can go down. We did just finish balancing last evening for the second time with the changes that came from the state. So Maria will begin pulling that information in and just verify that everything still looks as we thought. We made some estimates earlier, so we will verify that everything still looks good. If there are any problems, we'll start this process over again and do this again. But we made some estimates as we proceeded here.
So we feel our estimates are at your first glance looking about the same.
They are.
Great.
They are. We're looking like we're good, and we can always go down from these. This is worst case scenario. So that's, you know, when people see these numbers, it's always, you know, it's still good and in line with where we've been in prior years. But I'm hoping we can, you know, we'll be tweaking things a bit. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Thank you to Maria for all your work on this.
and her continued work. It's not done.
Awesome. Any other comments? Well, hearing none. We have a motion. We had the motion in second, correct? Ready or not?
Yes.
Then hearing none, for this kind of roll call vote, please.
Io.
Yes.
Lossing.
Yes.
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 Number 7, set public hearing on proposed 2022-23 Marshall County budget amendment. This is to be set on March 29th, 2023 at 9 a.m. located here at the Sheriff's Office. It's time and place to conduct the proposed 22-23 budget amendment in a public hearing. We have a motion to set that date.
Make the motion that we set the public hearing for the proposed 2022-2023 Marshall County budget amendment for March 29th, 2023 at 9 a.m. at the Sheriff's Department here.
I'll second.
We have a motion to second. Do we have any discussion?
This is just part of our normal process each year to do a budget amendment. Last year, if you look back, we had to do this in January because we needed a budget amendment in January because of our expenditures for capital projects. However, this year we're back to our normal schedule of doing the budget amendment in March.
Awesome.
So that makes things a lot easier to just do it once.
Excellent. Without any further discussion, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Io.
Yes.
Lossing.
Yes.
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 Now, set the public hearing on proposed 2022-23 Marshall County decrease in appropriations. The same date, March 29th, 2023 at 9 a.m. That's time and place to conduct the proposed 22-23 decrease in appropriations in a public hearing.
I'll make the motion that we set a public hearing for the proposed 2022-2023 Marshall County decrease in appropriations on March 29th, 2023 at 9 a.m. at the Marshall County Sheriff's Office.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
comments?
It's always interesting that we only talk about the decrease in appropriations. We always have increases too, because it balances out. This is the process that the accountants in their infinite wisdom decide we should do this, so.
Excellent. Thank you. Without any further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Kyle,
Yes.
Swazik,
Yes.
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 On to setting the public hearing on proposed 23-24 Marshall County budget. Same date, March 29th, 2023, 9 a.m. here at the Sheriff's Office. It's a time for the public hearing on the county budget. And we'll authorize the auditor reporter to publish the public hearing. Have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to set March 29, 2023 at 9 o'clock at Marshall County Sheriff's Office meeting 4-3B 2369 Jessup Avenue, Marshalltown, Iowa, as the time to place to conduct the proposed 23-24 Marshall budget public hearing. Hearing and authorize the Marshall County Auditor and reporter to publish notice of public hearing.
A second.
We have a motion, a second. Discussion on this item? Ready for the 29th? Not hearing any further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Kyle,
Yes.
Swazik,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, on to the DOT resolution 2023-13, authorizing Marshall County to enter into settlement agreements with Teva, Allergen, CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart. This is all part of the opioid settlement. And this is, we had a previous MOU that was done before that this now we just authorize the county attorney for Gaffney to settle and release the county's claims against settling defendants in exchange for consideration set forth in the settlement agreements. Jordan.
So what you're looking at is really just the next phase of the national opioid litigation. And Steve was here in December of 2021 when we signed on to the first round of the national opioid litigation settlements. And we passed a resolution that pretty much contained all the same language. The only language that's really been changed are the names of the defendants and the dates. So everything in the language is consistent with what we've already said we would do, what we would agree to. We've already signed on to this memorandum of understanding for funds. And really all this does is this rolls these new defendants into the same plan that we already have so that we can receive monies for them towards opioid abatement activities, that prevention and treatment. That some of those monies go to a big pool that the state keeps for the same purposes, and that we can give money to the state, we can use it locally, and we agree to follow the rule that they set out for us. Maria's been fantastic in setting up all the financial stuff. I do the talking, I do the writing, and Maria really does not. So, any questions you guys have about it?
I wonder if it'd be a good idea to read this whole resolution in its entirety.
I authorize the vice chair to read.
You know, on second thought, I'm wondering if maybe it's really necessary.
Well, we can submit this for the record for anyone that would like to hop on and read this entire resolution.
I will share that we got more money than we previously anticipated. And when we first started discussions on this and where we've ended now, I actually feel like we're going to be doing some good for our community and for folks and actually helping.
So Jordan, can you talk a little bit about the dollars received and then where they go locally?
Right. So we've already received over $100,000 pursuant to these settlements, and it's not over. And it's not over. It's going to continue for basically, if you had a child today, if that child would live in home for the next 18 years, hopefully only 18 years. And basically you'd be spending money on that child. This is the opposite. You're going to be receiving money. And we can use these monies towards treatment activities. If somebody has an opioid substance use disorder, maybe for scholarships and treatment programs, you can use this for prevention. So this would be just getting people to know, and this stuff is habit forming and it can lead to significant issues. We can't use it to do things like pay salaries. We can't use it to pay, for another task force investigator or anything like that. And it has to be geared towards opioid abatement. We couldn't use it towards, alcohol, amphetamine. But we have this money right now, and we looked at medicated assisted therapy for inmates of the jail with their first go around. But what we noticed was those inmates that would benefit from it tend to come in and then they get released before we would have the opportunity to connect them with the service. So really, I made a note on my sheet here, and it's been on my calendar for a while. I need to get the group that we have together that kind of spitballs ideas and come up with some proposals so that we can put more of these funds to use.
So do we have a local partner like Satusi, I guess I'm thinking would be a natural partner in this, or
Right. We have Satusi at the table. Primary Health has come to the table. Of course, the sheriff, YSS has come to the table. Marshalltown PD, and Joel and I, and Maria have all been at the table. So we have a lot of folks and a lot of things we wanted to accomplish. And quite frankly, we had no idea we were going to get this much money.
Yeah.
This has exceeded our expectations.
At first, we thought we were gonna get 27,000. So you're thinking, what can you really do? And then we got an extra 100,000 and all of a sudden, okay, now you got real money to do something.
So there's some good opportunities here.
Mhm.
Good. And is there a timeline on using it?
I don't think there's a hard timeline, but because you're gonna get monies for, a couple
Right.
decades here. So I don't think there's a hard deadline, but there's no penalty if you don't spend it. Really what happens is it would just eventually go back to the state abatement pool.
Yeah.
So there's no financial penalty if you don't spend.
Are the reporting requirements very cumbersome?
I think Maria's in their position.
There's going to be Zoom meeting on Friday about and sign up for that. To run something on it.
It's a grant, so I'm sure they'll make it challenging.
I guess there's gonna be
They want to
some
make sure
reporting
it's used.
requirements throughout the year.
Yeah.
But Marshall County generally has good accounting practices.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I mean, this is a good opportunity. But it sounds like if it's longer term here, we need to have a good system in place and good partners that are going to be long-term partners.
Which is why it's nice to have those community partners. to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah. So, good.
I hope Robert got a good picture of there.
Gold is partner. Awesome. Thanks for everybody's work on this, especially yours, but it's a full team effort.
It's a full team effort, and I'm so excited we got the extra money, and it's like, okay, now we can do something real.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting stuff.
So each year, do you have any idea how much it would be each year?
It's supposed to fluctuate each year.
Oh,
And what we've found so far is sometimes we get information maybe just right as something is happening or right before something is happening. So it's kind of like that. So I think that means that they're figuring things out too as things go. And I'm guessing that in the future they'll have a better idea. This is what you can expect
yeah. So I'm just thinking about what's a sustainable plan, for the next
for consistent.
18 years or turns out to be.
And our needs may change over that time too, because we may see increased opioid use disorder, we may see a decrease. So maybe we pump more money into prevention if that happens instead of treatment.
Yeah.
I mean, you just never know for sure.
Yeah, we need, it's missing that sentence. I need that.
I will be happy to make the motion to adopt resolution for 2023-0013, authorizing Marshall County to enter into the settlement agreements with Teva, Allergan, CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart, as described in the documentation submitted for public record.
I will second.
You want to read that motion or that?
We have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Kyle,
Yes.
Fawcett,
Yes.
Pitts.
Yes.
On to 11, tabled item. We have a motion and a second to remove from the table and this for discussion and possible action on the Marshall County audit.
I would make a motion then to decide on the table for discussion and possible action.
I will second that.
Motion is second. Roll call vote, please.
Kyle,
Yes.
Fawcett.
Yes.
Pitts.
Yes.
All right, last we moved off that we only had the one proposal and now we can officially go with, is it
Ivy.
ID?
And we have it misspelled. The second word is Bailey, Bailly. So we're missing an A there. I knew that looked funny, so Billy. Billy, I knew was wrong.
And where are they out of?
The gentleman I spoke with, he was out of Des Moines, and then there's also another Iowa office. I think it is you to be for Davenport. But we would be served out of the
Sure.
along with City of Marshalltown. This is their audit firm as well. So they're familiar with, you know, he goes, yeah, we're familiar with Sub City and all the local restaurants and our way around. So.
Excellent. This is for amounts of this fiscal year, 60,000, 64,000, 64,300. Next year, it's 68,600 the following year. And we currently were paying with Bowman Miller around 40.
40, I think. Yeah.
40. So that's the difference between having the advantage of someone local and they're moving their practice away from the county government audits. It's how we were forced to kind of go outside of what I think we all preferred, keeping it local. We had a great working experience with Bowman and Miller, and we're happy to have another partner to be working with here in the future.
They're also requiring a lot more training for these audits. And so I think they're probably having to up their, bids for everyone for that purpose. I think they've overdone it. Well, that just is
Up
time.
in training.
Yes.
I think it came with all the FEMA money, all that federal funding that came through COVID. That really.
That was a
things up
piece
even
of
more.
it. And I just think with all of the things that are happening, you hear nationally in audits, they're just requiring more and more training for people in audits. And staffing is, we did get the letter from one audit firm that said their current staffing, they just didn't want to make a bid at this time, but please reach out to them when we, get an RFP in the future. They're hoping they could provide a proposal to us. So it's we keep hearing about staffing shortages everywhere, and I think it's a real concern everywhere.
Well, we need a motion.
I'll make the motion that we accept the bid from ID and Bailey LLP for the annual audit for 3 fiscal years from July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2025, in the amounts of $60,000 for 2023, $64,300 for 2024, and $68,600 for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025.
Second.
We have the motion and the second. Do we have any further discussion on this? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Kyle,
Yes.
Fawcett,
Yes.
Pitts.
Yes.
On to number 12, set special meeting on March 14th and March 21st at 9 a.m. for GMG school election canvass.
Just to provide a little background, we'll always need to do the canvass following election on either Monday or Tuesday. In the future, we'll have a little bit of flexibility on that. These have already been published, so we'll have to stick with those 9 o'clocks. When we published the March 14th, was when we previously were doing our meetings on Tuesdays. So we only need 2 of you in attendance, and we've verbally gotten the commitment that 2 of you can attend those special sessions on the 14th and 21st. So we don't have to republish for that special to hold that canvas. So that's a quick canvas for that special, since it's just the GMG schools. And that'll kind of be something we have to do every election, because it always has to be on Monday or Tuesday, but we'll have the flexibility of looking at you all's calendars in the afternoon or anytime on Tuesday, that type of thing. So.
Great. Well, do we need a motion to set the special meetings?
I would make a motion then to set the special meetings on 14, March 21st, 9 o'clock a.m. for GMG school election canvas.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Kyle,
Yes.
Lozick.
Yes.
Hicks.
Yes.
Item 13, public forum. Time set aside for the public to make comments on topics of county business other than those listed on this agenda, and no action will be taken on these items.
I just have a quick update on the siren project. It's just waiting on estimates again, because we went so long in between the first estimates and actually getting the grant that we had to get new estimates for the attorney's office so they could look at those and determine how we need to do our RFP. So just kind of waiting on those estimates and get back to the attorney's office and move forward, I hope.
Awesome.
Chris?
Good.
Anything to share with us?
Sure. We have a construction meeting this afternoon at 2 o'clock. It's a Zoom meeting. And there'll be quite a bit of discussion on the schedule that was just updated today. That should be the rest of my morning reviewing that, getting all my notes and comments on that. So we should be able to meet within the next week or so to start planning our transition.
Can you send it on Zoom?
I did.
You did too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sent that this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Monday. We pushed it back to today so they could get the schedule finalized and have that as a discussion. You could also join in person. I mean, basically with Leanne and I in the courthouse.
Great. Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Reminder, March 7th, special election for GMG schools. I just actually had someone text me last night if they could vote absentee. Yes. And I said, oh, they'd be so excited. I said, come to the bank to vote absentee. So, yes. Have we had any? Okay, so I said, everybody be very excited if you came to the bank to vote absentee.
It's just one polling location, right?
Correct, just one Green Mountain. And then there's one also in Tama and then we are the controlling county, which is why there's 2 canvases. We do the March 14th for the results here, then we get the results from Tama County, and that's what the March 21st is combining them. So.
Just an update with the sheriff's office complex renovations. We did meet with architects last week and list our priorities for the upgrades we are with funding. We're just requesting an updated bid for our jet control system next year. Still waiting on getting that back. There were some reductions and requested timeline for the renovations of what our priorities are to basically maximize those dollars. I think we had a really good conversation. 3 hour meeting. Brings. Towards the start getting cost projections, so. We're down on that. So with the HVAC system, build that separately. Design, see if we can at least get that infrastructure in place with the dollars have been allocated to that foundation, so.
Do you have a timeline for the control system?
I think the quote I had said they have well, it's 8 months old now, but there was a 30-day lead time on parts after approval of submittals.
I just wondered if you had any supply chain issues with that.
The company that we're using is NTI. They're all like in-house, so I feel like if we'll know that when the quote comes back. At this point, it's hard to say, but I think they build a lot of their stuff in-house, so hopefully we have some change problems. We do have, I mean, the timeframe on's been ongoing since like end of 25.
End of 26,
End of
but we need to
26.
have bids completed
Yeah.
by end of December 24.
Yeah, so we shouldn't have a problem on time.
Well, except we just need the system.
Yes, yeah.
That part. yeah.
That part, yeah.
I mean, the system is working. We haven't had any major problems in over a year. It's just due for
Anything else? Well, hearing none. Moving on to adjournment, our next regular session is Wednesday, March 15th at 9 a.m. here at the Marshall County Sheriff's Complex, 3rd floor. All business to be acted upon at that session should be submitted to the Auditor and Recorder's Office, the Board of Supervisors Office by Wednesday, March 8th, 2023 at noon. There being no further business to come before the board, the meeting is adjourned.